Good evening, I'm Matt Woodman. This is CTV News at 5. Tonight, life in the fast lane. The province considers increasing the speed limit on divided highways. Classroom challenges. The Premier leading a new committee to address school sizes and inclusion. And a local Lego land exploring a large Lego city that fills an entire studio.
CTV Edmonton, local breaking news with Matt Woodman.
Speeds could soon be higher on Alberta highways. The province has launched an online survey to gather feedback on raising the speed limit. CTV's Brendan Purdy joins us in studio. So, Brendan, how big of an increase are we talking about, and where would this increase take place?
Well, Matt, it would be on some rural highways that are currently 110 kilometers an hour. The province is thinking of bumping those up to 120 instead. Now, there will be stipulations as to which highways could see an increase. It would be limited to divided highways and wouldn't include low-speed segments of roads that run through urban areas or First Nations lands. The transportation minister also says he's not considering changing speeds on either of the ring roads in Edmonton or Calgary right now.
Matching design engineered speeds on rural divided highways with the actual speed limit to be 120 is something that we think would go a long way of reducing the commute times in rural Alberta in a really safe way, with it being only on divided highways.
Not all frequent highway users are keen on the idea. The president of the Towing and Recovery Association of Alberta is concerned about safety.
We work on Highway 2 between the airport and Edmonton, and that's one of the busiest stretches in the capital region. And we've had our trucks hit several times. We've had our staff members hit, and we've added blue lights to our trucks to make them more visible. But that being said, we're still noticing some people not slowing down as they go past us. And it's concerning if they're going to jump the speed limit because they're already not slowing down, so they're just going to be going faster now.
In response, the province says it's committed to balancing efficiency with safety. Now, Alberta isn't the first province to attempt a speed limit bump up to 120 kilometers per hour. In 2014, BC raised some sections of highway by 10 kilometers an hour. 4 years later, it reversed that decision for 570 kilometers of road. Another change Alberta is considering is restricting semi-trucks from using the far left lane on highways that have 3 or more lanes. The online survey runs until December 12th. Matt?
All right, Brendan, thank you. As the winter weather hits around here, road safety advocates are hoping people will take caution and consider better tires. Winter tires are optional in Alberta. Quebec and designated BC highways require winter tires. Brandon Clausen with the Alberta Motor Association says winter tires can provide more security when behind the wheel. He says while all seasons and all weather tires are fine, they don't go the extra distance when handling ice and snow conditions like winter tires do.
It does give you better stopping power on ice, 15 meters to be exact, which is about 3 car lengths. So that's going to be the difference between getting to work safely or getting home safely or getting into an accident.
When asked if the Alberta government would follow suit, Transportation Minister Devin Dreeshen said, quote, "We trust Albertans to make the right call on their own vehicles. We encourage proper winter or all weather tires, but we're not pursuing a province-wide mandate." All right, good time to check in on the weather now. Josh at the Mighty Millions Lottery Grand Prize Luxury Show Home in Cameron Heights. Josh, I'm surprised you don't have the fireplace. Oh, you do have it on now. Perfect timing with all that snow today.
We heard you requested that it get turned on in the background there. Yeah, you know what? It's a great day to snuggle up in front of the fireplace. Talking about the roads, as we drove out here, roads still, for the most part, on frequently traveled roads, still more just wet than icy, but I think that is going to change. And so tomorrow morning, you're probably going, and later on tonight, you're probably going to deal with a lot more in the way of icy road conditions. We're almost done with the snow, picked up a couple centimeters. Exact amounts vary depending on where you are in the city, but you can see we're on the back edge of that snow. There was a lot more, good 5 to 10 centimeters worth of snow on areas south and southeast of Edmonton. Here in the city, most of the accumulation actually came this morning. Then we had a bit of a break, and then some more snow came through this afternoon, and now it's getting set to push out. We've been at about -2 pretty much all day today. Should be back 2 or 3 degrees above zero for a daytime high. Tomorrow, though, we'll start the day about -4, and then some sunny breaks in the afternoon and a high of about 3 degrees. All right, we are at the Mighty Millions Grand Prize Show Home, part of the Grand Prize package, and I've got Cheryl Spencer Morley with me, communications with Stollery Children's Hospital Foundation. How are you?
I'm doing great.
Okay, good. You ready for this last push for tickets?
We sure are. You don't want to miss out. We're already 95% sold.
That's awesome.
And right now our 50-50 pot is sitting at just over $1.6 million. So you could be taking home over $800,000 before Christmas.
That'd be a nice way to head into Christmas, for sure. So would winning this house. And the house, the prize package also includes some cash.
It is so beautiful. On top of the $2.4 million value of this house with all of its furnishings, you can take home $1,000 cash on top of that.
Okay, and the absolute final deadline is?
Tonight at midnight. Don't miss out.
Just a few hours left. Yeah, that's right. As Cheryl was mentioning, over 95% of the tickets are sold. So let's get this thing sold out by the end of the newscasts tonight. MightyMillionsLottery.com is where you need to go. It's your last chance to get in on this spectacular prize. And more importantly, Cheryl, help support a great cause, the Stollery Children's Hospital Foundation.
Everyone's a winner. When you buy a ticket, you're helping children live a long and healthy life. So just help us out a little longer, keep specialized and right here at the Stollery, and don't miss out.
There you go. Cheryl, thank you so much.
Yeah.
By the way, I'm glad you got the green, outfit there. We'll take a look at a warmer forecast for the weekend, Matt. I'll let you know when all this snow is going to melt in just a few minutes.
All right, Josh, thank you. The province says it has a plan to quickly address issues with classroom size and complexity in Alberta schools. The Premier will lead an 11-person cabinet committee and is promising meaningful results fast. The group also aims to create new policy on inclusion education. As CTV's Jeremy Thompson reports, one local disability advocate fears it will lead to segregated classrooms.
We have had a challenging start to the 25-26 school year.
That is how the Premier describes the recent 3-week-long Alberta-wide teachers' strike, which her government ended in unprecedented fashion using the notwithstanding clause of the Constitution. The province is now creating a new cabinet committee to address concerns it couldn't iron out through collective bargaining with teachers.
This committee will not spend months just to provide recommendations. The time for recommendations has passed, and the time for actions is now.
Overflowing classrooms with many students who require extra attention is one of the core issues that led teachers to strike. Part of the cabinet committee's mandate is to help develop new inclusive education policy. Spokesperson for Inclusion Alberta worries the province is on a path back to segregated classrooms for students with complex needs.
I think that a lot of parents feel like their kids are considered the problem. And that's unfortunate.
Trish Bowman is frustrated her group isn't on the committee, despite a pledge from the education minister to consult inclusion advocates. She says the research on inclusive learning is clear.
It's been recognized for decades that it produces superior outcomes educationally and socially for all children.
The Alberta Teachers Association says the government's commitment to fast action is proof teachers have been heard. However,
there will be a level of mistrust by teachers as we go into this.
The province is giving school boards 2 weeks to provide data on class sizes and student needs. President Jason Schilling says that won't be an issue.
Boards have been collecting this data. It's just government chose not to collect it and report on it.
The government is also setting up a teacher council outside the committee, which Minister Nicolaides plans to consult frequently, a role the Teachers Association says it already plays. Jeremy Thompson, CTV News, Edmonton.
Federal Conservative leader Pierre Poilievre is thanking Matt Genereux for his service after the Edmonton MP announced he's stepping down. Poilievre posted, quote, "On behalf of our Conservative team, I wish you and your family all the best." He added Genereux will leave in the spring. There was speculation Genereux planned to cross the floor after another Conservative MP did so earlier this week. Genereux says he was not coerced to leave, and he's doing so to focus on his family. Mark Manenko came second to Genereux through last election. He tells CTV News he plans to run again for the Liberals in the by-election. Canada's economy gained nearly 67,000 jobs in October. It's the second month of job gains. The unemployment rate fell to 6.9%. Labor action was a factor in these job numbers, including Alberta's teachers' strike. An estimated 87,000 employees lost work hours due to labor disputes during the period. Alberta's unemployment rate remains the same at 7.8%. That's higher than the national average. Coming up next on CTV News, construction concerns. Some downtown businesses say closed roads are keeping customers away.
We've had a number of patients call us saying, I'm sorry, I just can't get in there.
You're watching CTV News at 5.
Some local businesses are hoping a new city council will help fix an old problem. They say closed streets downtown are keeping customers away. CTV's Evan Kenny has more on the construction and what might be a possible solution.
Traffic flows along Jasper Avenue downtown, but when cars try to head north on 105th Street, they hit a standstill. 105th goes down to one lane north of Jasper because of construction on the Coast Hotel.
We need to continue investing in our city, and construction is part of that.
One block over, 106th Street is closed between Jasper and 102nd Avenue due to LRT drainage work. 102nd is only open to eastbound traffic.
I don't understand how the city plans out traffic flow for around here.
Local businesses say the construction is costing them money. Custom Orthopedics parking lot has limited access.
We've had a number of patients call us saying, I'm sorry, I just can't get in there. We're not coming today. So we're losing business just because of the traffic situation.
Tim Moffat says he feels like the store is being neglected by the city.
It's very frustrating. We pay our taxes and we expect a little bit of help for this kind of stuff. They keep talking about, let's revitalize the downtown area. Let's get people back down here. But they make it difficult for people to get here and to enjoy the area.
Custom Orthopedic and other businesses went to City Council multiple times asking for help during this construction. Now, the last City Council voted against this 3 separate times. Councillor Ann Stevenson hopes this is something the new council can revisit.
I think looking even at how our tax assessment works during significant construction projects would be a good approach.
The drainage work is expected to last 3 months. Evan Kenny, CTV News, Edmonton.
After more than a year of construction, Edmonton's newest downtown park is complete.
3, 2, 1, O'Damon!
O'Damon Park, named after its ward, is located off Jasper Avenue between 106th and 108th Streets. The park replaces gravel parking lots. The city says the project has helped attract private development. One apartment building next to it was recently finished, and there's more applications for the neighboring lots. The park cost the city $48.6 million.
I remember when we approved it about 8 years ago saying, oh, you're going to spend millions of dollars on a park. Is that really worth it? Literally, what we heard today, about 1,600 units of new residential development are happening because of this park.
The park includes a hill for tobogganing, an off-leash dog park, and a pavilion with public washrooms. After being evicted from their downtown location, a staple of Edmonton's food scene has a new home and a new outlook on the future. Continental Treat was invited to move in and operate out of the German-Canadian Cultural Association building known as the German Club. The restaurant space isn't used much, and given Continental Treat offers European cuisine, the association felt it would be a great addition. Both have struggled since the pandemic and see this as an opportunity to not only help each other survive, but thrive for years to come.
Everybody's been very positive and focused on how do we make things happen? How do we get Continental Treat's loyal customer base to be enjoying wonderful food and drink and come and see our club and see everything that we have to offer and all of the activities and new initiatives that we are undertaking. So we'll have a new audience for that.
We're thrilled to work with the German Club. You know, it's they accept us like family, and we're just very grateful that they did reach out to us.
Continental Treat isn't wasting any time. They're planning to open at the German Club tomorrow. Victims of impaired driving are reminding people to plan ahead for a ride home as we enter the holiday season. Mothers Against Drunk Driving launched its Red Ribbon campaign at Edmonton City Hall today. It's encouraging people to show their commitment to sober driving by placing a red ribbon or decal on their cars. The organization says impaired driving still kills hundreds and injures thousands every year in this country. In 2020, an impaired driver struck another vehicle head-on going the wrong way on a divided highway. 2 of Morgan Maltby's friends died, and she spent 8 months in hospital.
I think a lot of people think this could never happen to me or that just doesn't happen, but it can, and it can happen to anybody. And mothers should never lose children. No one should ever lose somebody from such a careless act.
You can get a red ribbon or decal at the Mad Canada website. Still to come tonight on CTV News, Call of Duty. An Edmonton soldier earns a special role in our National Remembrance Day ceremony.
Being selected, it's a huge, profound honor.
Grown items is on display at this year's Farm Fair International. The piece includes everything from lentils and peas to wheat and canola, all donated by local organizations and farmers. The artist behind the work says this is the first mural of its kind outside of Australia and the most unique project she's ever worked on.
Think about color. How do we make this vibrant, considering I don't get to use man-made materials? Red lentils is great, and so it pushed the boundaries of how I work as an artist.
Farm Fair is on now at the Edmonton Expo Centre and runs until 7 p.m. tomorrow. You can find the mural in the hallway near the food court. All right, let's head back down to the Mighty Millions Lottery Grand Prize Luxury Show home in Cameron Heights. Josh, did I hear earlier that place has a sauna? Because today would be the perfect day to warm up just a little bit.
There is one of those really super high-tech infrared saunas downstairs in the wellness room. It's like 5,800 square feet, this house. It is in a beautiful location. The outdoor space that you have with the privacy off of the backyard is spectacular. And, I mean, the big thing is that you're helping support the Stollery Children's Hospital Foundation, right? So you have until midnight tonight to potentially win this house. Don't forget, there's the cash calendar add-ons, 31 days of giving. You can look into adding on the 50-50 as well. Do you like this house? Yes. Okay, good. Do you like the snow? Thumbs up or thumbs down? You don't know about the snow. Well, if you like the snow, you were happy today. If you don't like the snow, just wait a day or two and it'll all be gone. Take a look outside right now at the Action Furnace River Valley Sky Camp. Action Furnace fixed right over its free. We're at -2 right now. Still a few flurries in parts of the city, but most of the heavier snow has now moved out of the city. -6s, -7s right now in through east central and northeastern Alberta. It's 7 degrees in Jasper. There is the low pressure system. Look at that little spin there in southeastern Alberta, southwest Saskatchewan. So on the back edge of that, you had a good 5 to 10 centimeters of snow from Red Deer off to the east-southeast. In the Edmonton area, how about 2 to 5 centimeters of snow, depending on where you were in the city. But you can see it's really starting to break down now. If you're traveling west of the Edmonton area, highways should be fine, although maybe just a little slick. Still, you're going to run into some snow, though, if you're traveling off to the east or southeast of the city. Once we get to about 9, 10 o'clock tonight, that should all be off into east central Alberta. And then tomorrow morning, a cloudy start, but some sunny breaks in the afternoon and a couple of degrees above 0. There's some rain, potentially even some pockets of freezing rain for northwestern Alberta early Sunday morning. Looks like all that precipitation should stay north of Edmonton. So the big story out ahead of that low is the warmer air being shoved in. -4 tomorrow morning in Edmonton, -9 for Fort McMurray, be about -5 for Grand Prairie and Red Deer. Back to +5 though for Grand Prairie, Whitecourt, Edson areas. Northeastern Alberta, you're going to stay on the cool side for one more day tomorrow, 2 to 4 degrees below the freezing mark. Lloydminster as well, 4 or 5 degrees below 0. But Jasper and Red Deer should be a handful of degrees above freezing. -3s through this evening, snow tapering off and then completely moving out by mid-evening. We'll get to about 3 degrees for a high early to mid-afternoon tomorrow, and then 6 and 9 in the forecast for Sunday and Monday. That's conservative for Monday. We could actually hit 10 or 11 for a daytime high. A little breezy, though, for Sunday and Monday as that warmer air gets shoved in. Remembrance Day Tuesday, still on the mild side with a high of 7 degrees. Again, midnight tonight, the absolute final deadline in the Stollery Children's Hospital Foundation's Mighty Millions Lottery. Go to mightymillionslottery.com. Matt.
All right, Josh, thank you. A soldier in Edmonton will play a special role in this year's Remembrance Day ceremony in Ottawa. Sergeant Kevin Dang will be part of the Remembrance Day Sentry program. 11 members of the Canadian Armed Forces, along with one member of the RCMP, were nominated to participate. The honor of distinction is based on criteria like deployment experience, community involvement, physical fitness, and record of conduct. During the ceremony, Dang will lead the Sentry group, serving as Sentry Commander.
Being selected, it's a huge, profound honor. It's a huge responsibility. It represents the highest honor and privilege to lead the sentries in paying respects to those who served and sacrificed for our country.
Dang has been serving with Princess Patricia's Canadian Light Infantry since 2014. He was deployed to Latvia twice, once in 2023 and again in 2024. When we return, Brickmonton booming, a Lego city growing so large it consumes an entire studio.
We need to either get a bigger space or downsize our collection, and we decided to.
We leave you tonight with a look at a miniature city within the city that appears to be growing just as rapidly as Edmonton. We visit Brickmonton, a city built entirely out of Lego.
This is my Lego room.
The first time we met Lego YouTuber Jordan Forsythe, better known as Brixie, it was 2021. Since then, his Lego city and collection have outgrown his basement.
This is like, man, what are we going to do? We can't continue growing at this pace. We need to either get a bigger space or downsize our collection. And we decided to get a bigger space.
Welcome to the new Brickmonton.
I definitely won't be growing out of this place.
Brickmonton spans 75 square meters, includes millions of pieces and countless minifigs.
I don't know what the population is. Lost count a long time ago.
He and his wife started building Lego 10 years ago with a Star Wars set. Since then, their collection has grown to roughly 1,500 sets.
It snowballed pretty quickly, and as soon as we bought our first modular building, I knew that one day I would be building a Lego city.
He never imagined Brickmonton would take over an entire studio. There's a downtown core, a beach, harbor, and train yard, a campground, zoo, and an amusement park.
Going a little fast.
And as many details inside as there are out.
So all the buildings have an interior, and you can pop the floors apart, take the roofs off.
He's managed to turn his passion into a paycheck. His YouTube channel took off in 2020, allowing him and his wife to quit their jobs and focus on Lego full-time. It's a closed studio, but you can see everything online.
I'm currently working on some massive mountains which will go in the center of the city.
He finds building therapeutic, although it can become repetitive, layering brick after brick. But there's always something different to work on, which keeps it fresh.
It is so much fun just building Lego every day and making videos about it.
Like much of the world, even Brickmonton isn't immune to American tariffs. Lego, a Danish company, is no longer shipping certain pieces to North America. Brixie says for the most part, the pieces he needs are still available.
They still have what they call the best sellers available to Canadians, and that's mainly what we use within our city. But for sure, they definitely took a lot of the pieces away off their website.
So Brixie keeps building, and Brickmonton keeps growing.